Hi everyone. Today what you're going to do is you're going to go shopping. Here's the situation you're in. You've actually been given $1,000 to purchase your first digital SLR. A digital SLR is pretty much the camera we have in class. It has interchangeable lenses and it has a shutter. So that's what you're looking to buy. Now to buy that you're going to have to understand the camera and some of the terminology when purchasing it. Things like what memory it takes, what type of lenses, what type of flashes. So you're going to have to shop for all these things, because with the $1,000 you have, you're going to have to buy the camera itself. That comes with the basic lens. You'll need a flash, and also need a compatible memory card. You'll need a battery charger and rechargeable batteries for your flash. These are the things you need. When you make this purchase, you're going to have to really make sure that everything's compatible. Okay, and that's where the photography terminology comes into play. Okay. When you make this purchase, you're also going to have to figure out things like shipping charges and sale tax, even exchange rates. So if you buy something from the States, you might get a good price, but you have to calculate, well, how much is the American dollar worth in Canadian dollars. So I have links that allow you to do all these things. Okay. Now, yeah, it says here, don't worry about brokerage fees. Okay, we'll skip that part. So your goal right here is to respect that budget. Really make sure that everything you purchase is compatible. You don't want to buy something that doesn't work with one another. Okay, so here's an example of the information I'm going to need from you and that you're going to submit in the Dropbox. So you'll be submitting a text file, and in this case, here's what we've purchased. Okay, so we have a Canon Rebel with a basic kit lens. This is the price with taxes, and that price was a Future Shop. Okay, now this just gives the site. You're going to have to give the specific URL. Okay, so not just name of the site, but whatever goes after that points to the product. And Speedlight, now I checked, and this is compatible with this. This is pretty much what we use in class. But you have to make sure that whatever you buy is compatible. Now it doesn't have to be Canon, it can be any other brand that makes digital SLRs. And also I figured out, okay, this is the memory card. It's an SD card that I need with the Canon. So that's what I'm purchasing. And here is the rechargeable batteries. Okay, so these are the elements that I need to get this camera working. The question is, where are you going to find these deals? Where are you going to find the information that allows you to know that these things are compatible together? So it's a bunch of sites that you're going to be accessing. I think a really good site to start looking for prices might be a website called redflagdeals.com. Now this site's down right now, but hopefully it'll be up tomorrow. It's really kind of busy with the sales coming up for the winter celebrations. So you can visit that site, you'll get good deals. Also, another great site for looking for low prices for cameras is a website called photoprice.ca. And basically you can click on what you're looking for, and they will give you a comparison of who sells it and what the final price will be with shipping and taxes. Okay, so these are sites you're going to be visiting. Let's go back here, and there's a checklist, and this checklist will allow you to make sure that you followed all the steps in getting this information together. So you must ensure that your accessories are compatible with each other. And that's quite important. You don't want to buy a memory card that doesn't fit into your camera. So here's an example of a website that sells this big camera, and this is something you might want to purchase. By the way, this is an American, by the way. But and you have a rebate. But you want to start looking through these things right here, all these things, and you want to look through the information or specifications. And when I look at this camera, how do I know what memory card it uses? And the answer will be here. And if you look under memory card type, you can see it uses an SD card. An SD card is pretty much a standard card. It's the cards we use in class. But different cameras use different types of memory. So you really want to make sure that that's compatible. You also want to make sure that whatever flash you use is also compatible. Okay? So, flash and accessories. This site's pretty good because they tell you which thing is compatible with it. You want to make sure that whatever you do purchase is compatible. Okay? So hopefully that will help you out. Let's go back to that checklist. You must respect your budget of $1,000 as much as possible. Okay. You must review the authenticity and the rating of retailer. Now, sometimes you'll find deals online, and pretty much, not that they're scams, but maybe not. It's not the best website to purchase something from. Maybe it's hard for them to respect the warranty, or there might be a bunch of issues with the retailer. So how do you know if the company that you're buying this camera through is a good company? There's a website called resellerratings.com, and if you type the name of your store, they will actually give you rating for it. So here I've just typed in Future Shop, and you will be able to see, what people think of future shop. Okay, so whatever store you think you're going to buy this at, type it into reseller ratings and see what comes up. Okay, let's go back here. You must calculate shipping taxes when purchasing outside of Peterborough. Yeah, so sometimes the best price is outside of Peterborough, and if you do purchase online, make sure you calculate shipping taxes. Fortunately, many companies actually have free shipping if you buy for a certain amount of money. HST must be applied for your purchase, and shipping is taxable. So HST is usually 13%, so make sure you added that. So you don't take the price straight off with the product, you also have to calculate that 13% taxes. Sometimes you might have a website, or and they tell you about recycling fees. If recycling fees have to be paid on a product, you have to add them. Okay, brokerage fees, don't worry if you're buying through the States. Brokerage fees, that's a bit complicated, we'll get into that. We're going to skip that altogether. If you're buying something in the United States, they will not add HST automatically for you. So if they don't, make sure you add that 15%, so it makes a big difference. You must calculate the exchange rate if you're buying from the United States or internationally. So if you're buying through the US, make sure that you figure out how much your dollar is worth, and I posted a link. Where's that link? Actually, it's right here, and here's the website. So it's www.xe.com/UCC. Here you can just enter your values and it'll tell you how much it's worth. So through this shopping experience, I hope you're going to learn to really make sure that whatever you purchase is compatible and it's exactly what you need for your purchase. But also respecting budget. Cameras are extremely expensive. Photography is a great hobby. It can also be something that allows you eventually to make money, but the problem is it is quite expensive. So I think $1,000 is a lot of money, but it's also a good budget to stick with to get all these accessories. Okay. So how are you going to be evaluated on this? Well, I want to make sure it's a checklist I'm using for this, a rubric, but a complete order. So you have all the elements needed, such as flash, the batteries, the memory card, camera, and a kit lens that also comes with the body of the camera. Compatibility and description. Are all your products compatible together? That's important. Does a memory card work with your type of camera? Does a flash work with your type of camera? The batteries you've purchased work within flash. Choice of retailer. Make sure the retailer you choose is trustworthy. Most are, but sometimes you might see super bargain deals, not realizing that the retailer is not the best one out there. So just make sure that it's trustworthy. Calculation price. So you want to make sure you respect that $1,000. Actually, that's under respect to budget. Just make sure you get your numbers right. That you're not taking the price straight off the site, but you make sure you have the HST shipping in there if which product. Although I guess you could ship together to save money. Now, respect to budget. You have $1,000. Ideally, that you're trying to get the best deal possible. So, if you can get cheaper through a different site, make sure you shop a bit. And complete links product. Right here, you not just want to say what website they're from, but also full extension. So, example, from this site, you would want hphotovideo.com, but I'll part after it so I can get to the link. Okay. So this is your project. Hopefully you can even use this in real life. I mean, some of you will be making the purchase of a camera eventually. Most people have cameras, and the next step in photography is often going from a point and shoot, which many of you have, to a camera that allows you to play with manual settings that we've been working with in class. So knowing how to purchase a camera, I think, is really important, especially considering the price of not just the camera, but also the accessories. Okay? Thank you very much. Bye.